Hello, beautiful people. Greg and Gilly here. How are you, Gilly?
I'm very good, thank you.
That's good. Gilly's got an amazing story she's going to share with us today. Gilly came in to see me about 18 months ago in regards to having arthritis. She was pretty full-blown arthritis affected and went through one of our health vitality programs, arthritis program, and has had some amazing results.
Definitely have.
Tell us all about it.
So around just on 15 years ago now, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And slowly over the years, I just got worse and worse with being able to move and mobility and things like that. The doctors were packing me all full of medications, stacking them one on top of the other to try and get it under control. And nothing was working. And through that time too, I'd also tried a whole lot of holistic alternative routes.
Yep.
Had a little bit of success with some of them, but nothing was really long lasting. So by the end of it would have been about 3 months before I met Greg, I actually got to the point where I was bedbound for 23 hours of the day. Excuse me, 23 hours of the day. It was just more comfortable to be on my bed than trying to move. I thought, every time I went to move, it was just like a torture session. So if I had to get up and go do something, I got to the point where I was just in tears. I couldn't, just the anticipation and the actual having to move was diabolical. So it was just easier to stay on my bed, just lie there.
Sounds very painful.
Oh, I mean, the pain was horrendous. It was, even if I was lying on my bed, if I had to adjust my leg, it was just terrible, just terrible. So at that point, I was going to see a friend I was having some craniosacral work done. And she actually said to me on one of my sessions, "Have you heard about this guy, Greg Jones, up in Motueka?" I was like, "No, I never heard of him." And she said, "I hear he's doing really amazing things with working with arthritis." And I'm like, "Okay, awesome." So I had my session with her, and then I went straight out to the car and gave Greg a ring and told him my story. And he's like, "Oh yeah, we can help that." And I'm like, "Okay, well, that sounded a bit too simple. All right, but cool, let's give this a go." So I booked an appointment for the next day, and I was on my bed, and Greg rang, and so we had a talk about where I was at and what I was going through. But we didn't really go into much of the background or anything, because he says to me, I don't want to know about your past. I just don't want to know. And so I'm like, "Oh, okay then, all right, fine." But he's like, "Where are you currently?" And so I told him where I was at, and he says to me, "Okay, let's do some work on your knees. Let's do some two-pointing." So, and at that stage, I couldn't bend my legs at all. They pretty much stiff and numb. So everywhere I went, I was sort of shuffling around. And so he says to me, "Put the phone down, put your hands on your knees." And he did some two-pointing. And I was in Invercargill at this stage, and he's up in Motueka. So this is all done on Zoom, all done over Zoom. And so I put my hands on my knees, and he did the two-pointing at his end. And he said to me, "Okay, now just pop off the bed and stand up." And I'm like, "Just pop off the bed and stand up?" All right, yeah. So I took my hands off my knees and I put my legs around, and I'm like, "Oh my God, they haven't got so much pain in them." So I stood up off the bed, and I could actually, for the first time in literally 3 or 4 months, was able to get some bend into my knees. And so I went for a little walk around my room, and I came back, sat down, and I was just like, I was in shock. I was like, "Is this real?" And so, yeah, then Greg took me through a couple of processes to help with just with my mindset and clear a couple of old beliefs and old patterns of thinking. And yeah, so that was it, hung up from that session. And when we hung up, I had to get up and try it again, just test it out. I'm like, "Is this real?" And sure enough, it was still working. So my monkey chatter started in my brain. Okay, yeah, this is going to work for a little bit, like everything else, So by the next day, I expected to be back to where I was. And that night, I actually got some sleep, because that night my knees and my body used to ache severely. And for the first time, I was actually able to move my legs in bed, and they weren't aching like they used to. So I actually got some sleep, which was a bonus. But yeah, the next morning I was able to stand up again and walk quite successfully to the toilet and what have you. And so we had our second session, and then in that session he worked on my hips, and we did some more clearing, did some more of the processes and what have you. And when on that first session, on our first appointment, he says to me, "What do you actually want out of this work?" And I said, "All I want to be able to do is to be able to walk." That was my number one goal, because I'd just gotten to the point where I couldn't even go down my driveway. And so after our second session, I got up off the bed and I actually made it all the way down the driveway and back. And I was just blown away. I'm like, oh my God. And then so a little while later, after the appointment, my daughter came home from work and I called out to her. I was like, Paige, come and look at this. So I stood up and I walked down the driveway and walked back. She was just like blown away. Like, oh my God, how did you do that? And so I just rambled on about this guy called Greg and the man that I had to ring yesterday. And it was like, it was like blah, 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 blah. I couldn't tell it quick enough.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, from there on, I signed up to do the arthritis program, the 8-week program, and the health vitality program. And yeah, so over the course of that 8 weeks, we did more 2-pointing on all over my body, went through more and more processes, just getting everything cleared up, and just got better and better. And by my 5th week, I was actually able, able to get to the gym and start working on getting my muscle back, because in that 3 months and 4 months where I was bedbound, I lost a lot of my muscle usage. And so it was a matter of getting the muscle strong again, learning how to balance again. So I went to the gym, got myself a personal trainer, and took me through stretches and started to get onto light weights. And from there, decided that I want to become a coach. So that's what I did. Went through, got certified in the 2-pointing course and the advanced course. And so now I'm out there teaching. Had my first go at teaching just this weekend gone. So that was really exciting. And that was another thing that we've worked on for me to overcome. Public speaking, which was huge. Yeah.
It was. Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of resistance to that.
A lot of resistance. But yeah, it's literally given my life back, because I was just at the point where I'd given up. But this is my life now. I'm going to be stuck on my bed, stuck in a pain bubble that's just excruciating, getting really depressed. I've taken myself off all the medications. Greg's helped me work through that. So now I don't even take medication. Yeah, and so it's literally given me my life back. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thanks for trusting in me.
Yeah.
And you're able to drive the car now, feed your horses again.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Back out doing the life that I loved. Yeah, because I was always outdoorsy, been on horses all my life, farming, all that sort of thing. And I could see that slowly slipping away. And this is where the depression was starting to come in. And, I was like, do I have to give that up? And so that was one of my really big determinations too, because I always knew that I could heal myself.
Yes.
But I didn't know how to do it. And this is one of the things that Greg does, and it takes you right through the courses. And this is what the courses cater for, is you get the whole package. You're not just given a whole lot of information and sent away. You get the one-on-one coaching for like 8 weeks, 6 weeks with myself now. But yeah, I had one-on-one coaching with Greg, and we went through everything. So you're not just sort of like, here's your information, off you go, So he showed me how I healed myself. Which is really important, because when you're just given a whole lot of information, it's like, now what? Now what do I do with it? So it's really good.
And that's so important too. Like the value of the work is actually guiding you to heal yourself. Because I've never healed anyone apart from my own self with the work. But it's so important when people in their power, they can actually heal. They just have to believe in themselves and take the action.
And that's what I was taught. How to access that for myself.
Beautiful. And what would you say to the people watching this video about trying the work, calling you yourself?
Definitely give it a go. If you get the chance, reach out, like to Greg or myself. We can give you a rundown on what it's all about. We've got videos there that we can send you to give you the background information, give you some education. Have a look and definitely give it a go. It's literally life-changing. Yeah. And, come on board. Learn how to be a coach. It's like one of the best ways you could give back to people. When you've been through something like this, it just ignites that thing and you're like, if I can do this, definitely you could do this. So, yeah, absolutely go and do your research on it. Talk to us, have a chat. We're right there. We're only a phone call away or a text away. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Come and have a go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's Gilly from bedridden, 23 hours a day to getting your life back. So thank you so much for doing the video with us and
not a problem.
sharing your story.
Yeah.
It was awesome to work with you.
Yeah.
And if this resonates with you, reach out. We're here to chat and even show you a session online if you'd like to.